Lebih dahulu saya ingin mengucapkan tahniahlah. Tahniah kerana Tuan Puan dipilih.
Apa yang kita jangka dia nak jelaskan mungkin kita
come to consensus. Apa soalan-soalan yang kita perlu masukkan, yang tak perlu masukkan.
Jadi maklumat ini perlu sentiasa ada di sekolah.
Ombak besar dan tsunami memberi kesan psikologi kepada dan seperti trauma kepada mangsa yang terlibat.
The emotion is about fear in a lot of sense. Fear of processing the information in their heads. You've got to say, it's okay. I know you're feeling angry. Enjoy the feeling.
That level of preparedness.
When they originally did the assessment of all of the sites, they looked at the vegetation 100 metres outside of the 4 directions around the school. So they went to the fence and looked out. They looked at the height of the trees, they looked at the nature of the ground coverage, and they looked at the bark on the trees. They also looked at the aspect, in other words, what sort of slope the school's on. As you can see, this one's on the top of a hill in all directions. It's got trees out here that are quite high, and also it's got quite a bit of undergrowth around the bottom. So that's why this was one of the 20 schools that was in the extreme range. There's 124 in the high to very high, so that's the next group we have to look at. Us has been people trying to get home from work to pick up their children.
It is where the building was burned down. Have you had any sort of same kind of fire around this area?
No, they keep their trees trimmed. You work with the local district council to make sure that the trees along the entry road are trimmed back so the road can be safe. So you work with a lot of people on your plan.
Water protection underneath there, protecting the windows.
The fire was here.
How do you manage?
The same information went to each class. So we actually pulled together a team of people who wrote down a set of very clear instructions, a message, and the instruction to them was they must read the message to each class, which they did, and we evacuated onto the oval, and that worked.
The oval, if obviously not in the case of the bushfire, but either out onto the oval or into our gymnasium, depending on the nature of the emergency. There is a form passed to each staff member. They're invited to.
Would take issue if we ask staff to claim.
We have country fire service. Have you seen the country fire service?
5-page application, and then that is verified through interview and referees.
on the 5 past days has been a fruitful and very productive discussion and learning experience for all of us.